just told me to go.
Laura.
Good morning, Travis.
I was already talking, but whatever, that's irrelevant. So, Laura and I love teams and team culture and how cohesive teams work and the importance of having a coach. We think that's really important. And we got to do something really fun this weekend that I'm going to use as an example of that. Yeah.
Good fun stuff.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Well, teams are everywhere, right? They're in sports, they're in business, they're in families.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever had a team sport and a family reunion? Just kidding. Anyway, teams are everywhere, and functioning, healthy teams are so important. So
we did. We played cornhole and
that's
team
true.
sport. Anyway, no,
I was the winner, by the way.
Yeah, she was. She's winner. Yeah.
My team won.
Yes. So you had the winning shot, though.
I did.
Yeah. Anyway, so yesterday, Laura and I was bucket list item for me, but Laura and I went to attend the final round Sunday at the 103rd PGA Championship, where Phil Mickelson went in there as the unlikely leader and inevitably became the unlikely winner at age 50, oldest winner by several years to win a major championship on the PGA Tour, which was fantastic. And aside from just the sheer drama of it all, the competition of it all, Phil really poignantly put the importance of teams and how that works. And he sent out a tweet on, I'm going to read directly. He sent it out on May 11th. And this is really interesting. This is a tweet directly from Phil on May 11th. It says, I failed many times in my life and career, and because of this, I've learned a lot. Instead of feeling defeated countless times, I've used it as fuel to drive me to work harder. So today, join me in accepting our failures. Let us use them to motivate us to work even harder. And that was posted May 11th. And watching his acceptance speech and how it was, his purpose was, just a sheer core belief of trusting in his team. He has a mindset coach, he has a physical coach, and of course he has a swing coach. And he's really refined his game in the last couple of years. And something I don't even think I even shared with you. There was a lot of people in the sport world that thought Phil's career was going to end after a major announcement that he did in 2010, where he announced that he has psoriatic arthritis. And that would have likely derailed a career like his, where, you need to be flexible and fluid and strength and all that. But he changed his diet, he changed his exercise, he really focused hard on improving in all those things and brought with it a mindset that of anything is possible. He implemented better habits and just really had a clear vision of his goal, which kind of goes hand in hand with what Laura and I've been talking about the last couple of months, of having a vivid vision, having a purpose, having a clear direction, and really striving for that, the importance of purpose. So he had a driven team, they had a common goal, they had a clearly stated desired outcome, and then the follow-up is continue and and he emerged victorious yesterday, beat out, the PGA champion is notoriously one of the toughest fields in golf. Brooks was his playing mate, Brooks Koepka, and, Brooks struggled a little bit, but he's recovering from knee surgery. Not that that's an excuse, but to compete with people 20 years his junior and just, it was in a field that's just strong like that. It was fantastic to see, and seeing the players of, afterwards in the celebratory celebration afterwards, all the players come up congratulating him as an inspiration as well. Very similar to when Tiger won the Masters in 2019. So
absolutely everything about watching him, learning about his backstory, everything that he has done to get to this point is a testament to, and works across all industries. Mm-hmm. That's one of the things I loved. I could apply the learnings from what he shared in his celebration to all aspects of my life.
And just the focus.
Mm-hmm. Mindset, having great coaches on your team, mm-hmm. all of the things that he talked about, and that quote in particular, and also feeling like, at 50, you said, having all of these younger people who could have potentially wiped him out, but it didn't stop him from, and I've struggled with that mindset when I, shifted careers. I think that I struggled. It's like, there's so many other people doing it, and maybe some who are more credible than me. And it's easy to kind of get, to derail yourself. So that's what I love about the mindset mm-hmm. statement you made.
Yeah, he also in an exit interview with I think he was talking to Justin Leonard. It's interesting watching them go back and forth about how long ago they met in the, when Phil was a junior in college. I think it was 1990 or 91 that he and Justin Leonard played, and then ended up on Ryder Cups and ended up. And it's just the journey that these guys go on that is such a long journey in any sport. I mean, and no matter what, Father Time always wins when it comes to sporting events. It's just, you end up being able not to compete at that level. But then again, you got guys like, like him, love him, hate him, whatever, Tom Brady, and probably the latter category. But I respect his hard work, his diligence. I mean, look at how the dominance that Michael Jordan had even after his comeback. I think to Roger Federer. I mean, what a dynamic hold he's had on tennis for so long, and overcoming injuries and then on the ladies' side you have Annika, who killed it, and Serena and Venus who were killing it forever, and just fantastic. And I'm sad, anyway, there's that. And
so what I've learned from this moment is you're never too old.
Never too old.
To be amazing.
Here's the quote that I was to circle to what he said to Justin. It's like, if you put in the work, there is no reason you can't accomplish your goals. It's worth the effort. It's worth the work that it takes to get to your desired outcome. So stay the clearly desired outcome, put in the hard work, continue until, and you too can celebrate these same successes. And let's, wrap it up with, your thought on how that could look in a mindset for your vivid vision and a cohesive team. And I guess that's where I was trying to tie it all into, is that it takes a team to succeed. I mean, yeah, he's the one out there swinging the club. Oh, I will share one little story. His brother's on his bag now. His caddy for 20 plus years, Bones, retired several years ago, and his brother is now the caddy. And it was interesting. Phil, he started off bogey birdie, then I think he went bogey birdie again yesterday. And it was on the 6th hole. He didn't have a good swing, and he was talking about what his brother said to him. And his brother said, make committed golf swings. Now, regardless if it's a golf swing, an effort to a team, you really have to commit to it. And if there's any golfers out there, I mean, I painfully understand what it means to have a non-committed golf swing, and you have a bailout, or you're looking at trouble or whatever. And even if you have a team, if you have trouble on your team, it's like, if there's a commitment to that goal, is where I'm trying to tie it all into.
Well, I'm going to tie that in with one of the things that Brad said to us. Well, let me go back. We have had some changes on our team. We had employee team members, and we have shifted away from that in this year. And we have brought on Jeannie Rocket, our P1, as well as Top Knot Management, to replace that team. And it's still so cool because we were working as a team, and we use that in all of our meetings, how important it is to work as a team, be committed to the outcome, communicate really well. So it doesn't matter if it's your own employees or people you're collaborating with, or swing in the club, knowing what your outcome is, being committed to it, and sticking to the actions that make sense. One of the things Brad said was he was referencing, he was just at the where was he at?
He was at a conference.
Yes. And anyway, the analogy used there was, if you're trying to cut down a tree, swinging consistently and purposefully, and with focus on that tree, will take it down. If you are swinging at multiple trees and you aren't necessarily committed or focused, you may not ever be able to get them down. And if you're swinging, even if you're swinging at one tree, but you're swinging inconsistently in different places on that tree, you're not going to get to your desired outcome. Right. So I love the analogy of that. And it's especially important with a team. If you have to be super clear on your vivid vision, right? The team needs to know where you're going, what your desired outcome is. Communicating that in a way that has everybody committed on board is super cool. So that's what I wanted to share and kind of to tie that in. Oh,
and I have one more thought for you to elaborate on. Okay. It's I'm working on getting Laura more and more interested in golf, and I think I've about got her there. And it was really interesting is I was explaining to Laura that Phil is considered the people's champion, and there's a reason for that. His fan engagement, his true generosity, and just he's such a good guy. And we're in the deep Sunday final round of a major. He's in contention. He just went couple bogeys and a birdie, whatever, and he gets to hole 5 and chips in from the sand. Of course, he went crazy for that. But then afterwards, he's walking off the green, heading to the 6 tee box, and he had the wherewithal to hand his chipped in golf ball to a young fan, a wheelchair kid sitting in a young man, and just like you could see the beam on that guy's face just made his day, you know.
It's awesome.
So
Really
it's just
awesome.
like, you know, really appreciate that even in that moment at sheer focus, his ability to connect and
yeah, that is pretty special.
I'm a
because
Phil fan, if anybody can't tell.
He could have just been really wrapped up in the moment for himself, but he was all about the fans, and I love that too. Knowing your audience, I mean, everything about that day can, you know, use as an analogy towards.
So a lot of fun. Treat.
Yeah, great treat, and I'll keep you posted on how I come with my own golf journey. We'll start with lessons.
Yeah. Well, hopefully there was some gold in here as well. It wasn't just about Raven, about Phil and our experience yesterday, but you know, there is a lesson to be had there about that, you know, community, teamwork, and really having a vision of what your desired outcome is, whether it's a cohesive team, whether it's a sales goal, whether it's a, you know, even resolving some conflict in your organization, whatever it is, have a clear path, clear vision, and continue and tell.
Sounds good. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Over and out.